but I don't think that's true in business. I think that in business, you can learn from the people around you. If I only knew last year what I know right now, I would have originated 150, maybe 200 million in '03. My systems would have been tighter. I wouldn't have overwhelmed us. A lot of things would have been different about how I would have approached it. If I knew in 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94 what I know now, I'd probably be the superstar now in spite of my lack of D. I mean, I'm sharing with you 14 years of my experience in about an hour, so that perhaps you can learn now what it took me 14 years to learn. And if I can just trim a year or two off of your learning curve, then I'll feel like I've accomplished something here today. What does it take to be a CEO of your own mortgage practice? It doesn't really matter whether you work for yourself or you work within another company. This is what I'm going to talk about for just a couple more minutes. I believe being a CEO means caring passionately about the results. How many of you here work for a company that you don't own or manage? Can I see hands? As is me. You happy there? I mean, I really think... Oh, yeah, right. You can come and approach me privately. Anyway, you business owners out there. Here's the way I see it about your relationship with your company. Your company, the company you work for, is only obligated to provide you with three things. A product array and rates that are relatively competitive. If you think having the lowest price is the way to do business in the mortgage industry today, I would suggest getting a refund from Karen and spending the rest of this event by the pool, because there's nothing here for you to learn. It's not about price. The minute you make it about price, you take away all the value. Let it go. Give it up. You'll always be a rate whore and nothing else. Anyway, I think that they have to give you product and pricing that's reasonable. The company you work for needs to provide you with a good back room, one that you can have confidence in that they're going to get your loans done, provided that you do a good job taking the application up front, understanding that it's going to get approved and where, and you get the right documentation. If you do their job, and the back room should do their job. And the only reason I left the first company that I joined in the mortgage business is because I lost faith in the back room. I used to say that they did mortgage by the pound. And as long as the file was fat enough, they would submit it. And until then, they wouldn't, and that was it. And then I believe that the company you work for needs to provide you with a photocopier, a computer, a telephone, and a desk, and that's it. That's all they're giving you. The rest of it is in here. And when I see some of the people that I work with pissing and moaning about, oh, I lost a loan because, you know, our 5-1 arm is, you know, or so-and-so did this, or I wanted the boss to pay for this postcard campaign, but now he won't. That's not a CEO. A CEO takes personal responsibility for their own success, period. I have invested a considerable amount of money in my mortgage practice. This figure doesn't include assistance and some other things. And every now and then, my boss will cost share something with me. But I'll never allow money to be a deciding factor in any plan or project that I want to implement. Even though business is slower for me, too, right now, I continue to invest in my business development, and I always will. This year, I'm starting a first-time buyer program. You know, it's going to be a direct mail campaign to renters, something modeled a little bit after what I've heard that Mike Moffat has been incredibly successful with. I know Mike is speaking a little later, but I don't think he's talking about that. Buy him a drink by the pool, and maybe he'll share his success stories with you. Anyway, that's expensive. You know, you're talking about buying a mailing list of 60,000 people, sending out pieces, paying for the postage, etc. And in this situation, I just decided I would share it with another loan officer. We have a similar value and mindset, and he and I are doing it together. We're sharing the cost, and we'll share the rewards. I'll have another major realtor event this year, an educational event. I'll bring somebody else in to speak to my brokers. I'm going to have another big celebration. I think it'll be a clam bake sometime in July. This year we're offering a series of educational events for our past customers, things on financial planning so I can roll my other professionals in, financial planning for college, buying investment real estate, etc. I happen to be blessed. We have this fabulous training room in the office that I'm in, and I can do events there as opposed to having to rent space. Hey, look, you can be terrific in this business of ours. You can be very successful. I think the difference between good and great is the CEO mentality. There's another good book that's not on my reading list, built by those built to last guys, called Good to Great. A CEO has to answer to their investors. A CEO, you know, and my board of directors, I feel like that's my boss, my assistant, my husband, my kids. You have to keep the value of your stock. You have to keep your profits and revenues growing. A CEO has to have a business vision, has to have a mission statement, has to have a comprehensive business plan and review it regularly and adapt it as necessary. A CEO needs to be innovative in the way they deliver value to their clients. A CEO has to watch and learn and grow from the results that their competition achieves. A CEO, perhaps being a CEO just means that you're never satisfied. Never think you're done, never think you're great, because I've learned that. I'm never done. I'm never great. I'm a slow learner. This is the perfect business for me. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time. I hope that perhaps I've saved just a few of you a year or two in your personal business development. Whatever you need to create your perfect business plan is available to you. There's more information out there to buy or swipe or share, but the only thing that you cannot invest in is mindset. That's yours. And your personal satisfaction, I think, is dependent upon it. So start thinking today like a CEO. Go to every session here with the ears of a CEO and see if it makes a difference in your mortgage practice. I truly believe that it will. Thank you.